Hello and welcome to Phantom Forces Weapons Spotlight, a series where I give a more subdued and informative look on the weapons of Phantom Forces. In this episode, I'll be covering the Colt Mars. The Colt Mars is a newly added PDW from the Christmas update and is unlocked at rank 36. It deals 29 damage up to 45 studs and falls off to 21 damage by 100 studs. It fires at 825 RPM with a 1x body multiplier and a 1.5x head multiplier. The muzzle velocity is 2000 studs per second, and the penetration depth is 1.5 studs. Here is a shot secure table. It has roughly around medium recoil, and it holds 30 rounds in a magazine with 150 rounds in reserve of 5.56 by 30mm Mars rounds. It has a 1.8 second reload speed and a 2.7 second empty reload speed. It has a standard 14 walk speed and a 15 aim speed. The Colt Mars is an exceedingly strange PDW. At first glance, it looks like a weird M4A1 side grade. And that's absolutely correct, this is exactly what it is. It performs kind of similarly, I'll get more into it later. The 4-shot kill body shot range is alright, and the high head multiplier means that the 3-shot kill headshot range is pretty good. However, there's kind of a caveat to this, a pretty big one as well. The recoil feels kinda bad. It has worse recoil compared to the M4A1 in almost every aspect. The horizontal camera kick is worse, and the rotational kick is a lot worse. Your gun just ends up swinging quite a bit. So what ended up happening to this PDW is that the ballistics suggests one thing, but the recoil suggests a different thing. It looks like this weapon is designed to be a better AR-15 platform at range, because of the 21 minimum damage, but the recoil is absolutely preventing that from happening. You're not gonna hit people very well at long range. So it performs best at close range because you don't have to deal with the recoil, and it performs alright. It's okay. At medium range, it's also okay, I guess. The recoil is it's starting to kick in at medium range, and as I said earlier, long range just doesn't work because of the recoil. I'd give this new PDW a B tier, maybe low B tier. It feels pretty mediocre, and I have no clue what role this weapon is supposed to fill in its current state. I feel like it's trying to do so many things at once, and the balance just collapses, like high head multiplier, high weird recoil, high minimum damage, but it just doesn't really work out. Like, okay, for a 5-shot kill automatic at range, this is really not very good. The M16A3 exists and kinda works better at range in this thing. And the TAR-21 also exists and just blows this gun right out of the water, and it's not even close. Alright, moving on. The 9x30mm Mars rounds turns the gun into a more close-range oriented rifle. It now deals 35 damage up to 35 studs and falls off to 16 damage by 130 studs. The fire rate and multipliers remain the same, but the muzzle velocity is reduced to 1700 studs per second, and the penetration depth is increased to 1.73 studs. Here is a shot secure table. The recoil feels ever so slightly floatier, and it now holds 28 rounds in the magazine with 140 rounds in reserve of 9x30mm Mars rounds. The reload speed, walk speed, and aim speed remains the same. Unlike the regular ammo, this conversion gives the Colt Mars a much clearer role and playstyle. The weapon now excels at close range, and for some reason a tad bit better at medium range, despite the description. The 3-shot body shot range is pretty good, and the 2-shot headshot range is excellent considering the fire rate. This conversion also gives you a tad bit more 4-shot body shot range and 3-shot headshot range, which is very welcome. However, your damage now drops off really badly at range, which would be pretty bad if you could hit people at range in the first place. So it's a thing. The close range focus on this conversion very much works to the Colt Mars's advantage, as you know, it has pretty good fire rate, and when you're in close range, you don't have to deal with the recoil. Definitely use this conversion on small maps like Metro and Bazaar. It's going to perform pretty well. Overall, I'd give this conversion a mid to high B tier. It's okay, it's pretty good. I had a much better time with this conversion than the base weapon, so take it what you will. And that concludes this episode of Phantom Force's Weapon Spotlight. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. And happy holidays, my bad.